back at the UK Mecca of golf.
What a place it is, eh?
What a place it is. First time here, Georgie?
Yeah.
We're blessed for it to be our second time over at the Performance Centre Titleist at Woburn, but today it is all about Georgie boy.
Just how we like it.
He hits high spinny drives, and luckily Titleist have just come out with their new TSR range, so we thought what better member of the golf supply to get fit with the legend Nick, who, if you've seen the wedge fitting video, fitted us for our wedges. He is going to take George through his paces with the TSR, see if he can outmatch the current drive that you're using. We're going to go through everything, give you some TrackMan numbers, different heads, different shafts. Nick will talk you all through it, but hope you enjoy the video. Get into it, George. Good luck, mate.
Cheers, mate.
How you feeling, Georgie?
I'm alright, a bit nervous.
Nervous?
Nah, it's all good.
It is a bit nerve-wracking.
Be alright once we get into it.
What a setup though. So this is all the data that's going to be coming up on these screens here. I'm going to give all of the TrackMan, so TrackMan 4 we're using, it's going to give all of the data that we need. Hit a few over there and the signs are positive early doors.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, my drive's been pretty bad lately, isn't it? So
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
can only get better, hopefully.
Definitely spin, like spin, and a little bit of dispersion.
Yeah.
Distance would be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, see.
Yeah.
Don't be greedy, do we?
No. So there is a full video that probably is out by now on the review of the TSR driver and fairway wood. So if you haven't watched that, check it out. But we'll pass it over to George and Nick. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully he rips it. I really hope he rips it.
Is that pretty typical?
Yeah, maybe sometimes worse than that.
Worse than that, as in like higher than that?
Higher and spinnier, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
That one.
Alright, three pretty much the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, jump over here, let's... Okay, so I guess what's probably going to be frustrating for yourself is that you've got plenty of club head speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're averaging 110 miles an hour, which is heaps of speed. But so for what you're putting in at 110 and what you're getting out in terms of a total distance at 243,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage. And as you say, you're quite right in that your spin is like through the roof.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can help you that with a golf club as well, in terms of how we can perhaps reduce that spin and get the ball going a little bit more forwards rather than kind of stalling or spinning up in the air. Just to touch on your delivery, you know, for example, you're obviously across it quite significantly at sort of 12. Obviously, you've got an open club face, and then you're also down on it. So that is going to produce a certain amount of spin. So just to kind of be realistic of, there's certain things that I can obviously do and we can do with a golf club to help you to kind of do that, but just to highlight that as a starting point. So let's have a look at what the current setup was. So 10.5, okay. We'll park that one to the side. If you're looking here, so obviously the new TSR lineup, so depending on, so we've got three models, 2, 3 and 4. 2 is still sort of the most forgiving, let's say, of the three, but the CG in that is slightly further forward than where it's sat in TSR 2. TSR 3 was extremely popular, and then we've got TSR 4, which is like the lower launching, lower spinning. So all the while you look at, say, 4 versus 2, 4 is a smaller, more compact head. So as the CG sits further forward, we're going to get that sort of change, that ball flight sort of dynamic. At the same time, it might be less forgiving because of that CG location. So what we'll do, look, we're going to have you hit each one. We're going to start at 2, we're going to hit 3, and we're going to hit 4. But just to give you a brief little kind of overview on kind of the different sort of features of them. So because you had a lot of spin, I'm going to start with not much loft to begin with. So the main thing I can do to try and help you reduce that spin is through loft. So starting with the 2, starting with a little less loft than what he's used to. Now I'm going to tell you what's on it, George. Just for a bit.
Surprise, George.
Surprise.
Sausage surprise.
Does that shaft feel any different?
Feels a bit more stable. You have one.
Good, that's a good hit. I know it's only a couple of hits, but just jump over here and have a look
Yeah.
at the difference. So you could see these spin rates here with yours kind of like say through the roof, on average 5,000. Longest drive you hit with yours was 246 for 252 total. That last one you hit there, we've got the spin down to 3,000 near enough, and now you've flown it 262 for 280.
Yeah.
So that's got a lot more potential. You can see again now for what you're putting in and what you're getting out, you're closer to it. So you know, you've just gained 25 yards. So
Lovely.
Touch.
okay, go one more with that one for me. Okay. All right. So that was the 2 model. So okay, we saw some success.
That one's a lot less spin even then, isn't it? Like a bad one now.
Okay, let's go 3.
TSR3 this time, Yannick.
TSR3, yeah. Again, we're going down in loft. We're going to see if we can control the spin a little bit.
What was on the other one? We're not allowed to know.
It was 8. I'll tell you. I'll let you into the circle of trust. Same as that one.
Lovely, thank you.
Georgie boy with the 8th degree.
Still spin it.
Still spinning. Still spinning it at 4,000. No, I'm joking.
Good hit. How'd that feel?
Yeah, that was better, that one. Yeah, definitely.
Any more to add?
Better. Still could be better.
Hit down the middle, which is good, George.
Yeah, that don't often happen.
We're making a little change to that.
Good well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just really spinny still. Really spinny. That's right. Okay. So let's just make one little change to this.
Love to spin it, didn't you?
Path so bad that. So that was a 3, right? Let's put you in the 4, which is like the lower launching spinning model. Okay, let's see if we can really kind of. I mean, the good news is, as I say, like George is nicely hitting the middle, that last one there, which is obviously where you want to hit it to get maximum ball speed. It's still on the spinny side, yeah. So what George has got kind of going against him is a little bit, because he's so far across the golf ball, and obviously opening the face to produce that left to right shot, he's always going to add spin. He'll add loft and then create more spin. So we need to combat that as best we can. So
Been working on trying to get that path more. I get there and then chuck my arms obviously that way, don't I? It makes me go across it.
yeah. I mean, there's.
This is a fitting, Georgie. This ain't a lesson as
I'm
well.
just saying, I'm working on trying to get that not so out there at the moment.
Sorry about this, Nick.
It's alright. Gotta take what you can get.
Always pushing the boundaries, it is.
I learned it off you, Ash.
So whilst this one, George, is the lower launching, lower spinning,
Yeah.
it's the least forgiving because that CG is further forward. It's not as forgiving as say 3 and 2.
Yeah.
So whilst we might be able to reduce that spin for you a little bit there, we at a cost of that we might lose a bit of forgiveness.
Yeah.
So we've just got to find the sweet spot of that. And now, so if you look at those two there, they've both missed further right than say the previous ones, right? So again, that's something to, you know, if you had a bucket full of balls and you were like, right, we just need to find one that's good. At the moment, where we started with 2, okay, as this is a slightly deeper head than say 4, okay, so the CG is going to sit further back here where this is further forward. This is then going to want to sort of catch up and then be a little bit more draw biased than say that one, which is going to have more of a rightward miss in it, let's say. So whilst that didn't really move the needle enough for me, I want to go back to the 2 head and see if we can't manipulate that a little bit more to kind of dial it in as close as we can.
Crack me up, you do.
Why?
It's just funny.
I was in a better minute ago over there, weren't I?
You was, you're striking it.
Nowhere near as right as the other one, is it?
No.
would it be, if he did get fit into an 8-degree head, once he sorted his path out, would you have to come back and retweak that?
Yeah, it's something that you would obviously monitor and things like that. So let's say all of a sudden, if George went from 12 across it and 3 down to now, I don't know, 3 out to the right and 3 up on it, then we'd probably look at it again and see, because you might see different ball flight, that's not quite right. So the beauty of the sure fit hosel is that within that there's a certain number of combinations which you could adjust a lot. So yeah, that's the one, George.
Money, 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 money.
165 ball speed. Yeah. So
look at his face, look.
So here you go. Let's just do a little reminder of where we've come from. So this is where we started. Okay, call it 157 mile an hour ball speed, spinning at 5,000, sort of off the charts. 235 carry for 243 total. Now 162 ball speed. 6 mile an hour gain. Spin again. Yeah, we know it's going to be on the higher side because we talked about how you're going to deliver the golf club. But now it's at 3.8. Now you're flying it 257 for 271. That you can play a lot easier golf from there, and not only that, you can play it from the middle of the fairway as well. So you look at that dispersion. That's kind of where we started, sort of down here, and then we had to adjust there. See that? Further down the fairway, and just nice and tight. So what I did with the shaft, again, I gave you something lighter, but in terms of weight. So bit lighter, but again still an X, so that potentially is going to allow that club head to kind of catch up and square up a little bit easier than your sort of Tensei White, which is quite stiff through the tip. So you'd have to work really hard to try and square that up. So that should hopefully make it easier for you to deliver that club head and then get more out of it. So for what you're putting in, you're going to get more.
Lovely.
Hit a couple more for me though. Good.
Oh, we nearly got a smile.
Smile if one goes straight.
Oh, now we're talking.
Do we get a smile? There it is.
If you're not smiling after that,
that's it, that one.
There you go, closer to 8. So there's a spin rate. You could see it in the flight, couldn't you? It was going more forward than up. 2.8 spin, 255 carry for close to 280 total, and straight down the middle.
Nice.
And that was, 156 ball speed. So there's a bit more to come in that as well. But again, I think from where we started, so you can see visually that kind of ball flight difference to now. It looks like it's going.
Lovely.
So far, to kind of summarise, it kind of ties in quite nicely. It's faster, so ball speed we've gained. It's longer, and it's straighter. So
perfect,
what more could you wish for?
What more could you wish for, Georgie? Nick does it again. And what's the final spec that we've come up with there?
So TSR2 is 8-degree head, and I've actually gone down in loft from there as well, and a little bit more upright. So he's at 7.25, a little bit more upright again. So we're going to try and manage that spin as much as we can, help you start a little bit further left. The shaft's going to help you square out that club face as well, and ultimately that's helps you get those results.
7.25 head.
It's like a putter.
Cheers for that, Nick.
Great, thanks very much.
Appreciate that, mate.
Lovely.
Thanks so much.
7.25
degree head. Extra stiff shaft. What was the grams?
65, so it's a bit lighter so the face can catch up and
65 X stiff, 8-degree head down to 7.25. What was the driver? What was your 10.5 in your
10.5, yeah.
This way you get fit.
Yeah.
Say it over and over again. We preach it over and over again. Just go and get fit. It doesn't have to be somewhere like as fancy as this. It helps if you're somewhere as fancy as this, because Nick's an absolute legend with it. But there you go, George. New one in the bag, TSR2.
About 25 yards as well, weren't there?
25 yard gain. Spin come down a little bit. Dispersion was a bit tighter.
The last one was like 2.6.
Yeah.
Spin.
Yeah, that one was ripped.
Yeah, that was better.
I don't know if I'll put a tracer on that one. I don't know if I'm going to show.
Thank you, Clubhouse Golf, for having us for the day. The TITLEIST Performance Centre. FootJoy.
FootJoy.
Yeah.
Everyone, as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, ring the bell, you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Be sure to check out our TSR review on the woods and the driver. We'll see you guys in the next one.